Hey, it is Monday the 6th of August. I'm sorry I haven't done anything for the vlog recently. I've just felt really out of it. Back to work. Work last week was really weird. Did some night shifts, done late shifts and stuff. So I'm absolutely knackered, and then done early shifts as well. So I read Bright Red instead of Raqqa when I went to Yauk, and then I've just read Raqqa yesterday and today because I finally finished Infinity War and Queen's Peninsula. So I have my August TBR. So I'm going to pick my first book. I'm also doing book battle this month. So yeah. Okay, and the first book is Runebinder. I'm super looking forward to that one. Hey, it is Friday the 17th of August. I'm really sorry I've been really slacking with doing a vlog of any kind recently. Work has pretty much killed me. It's taken me ages to read books, so I haven't really felt like updating because it is taking so long for me to get through anything at the moment. However, I am really enjoying listening to audiobooks on my way to and from work. Yeah, I absolutely love, I never really wanted to listen to audiobooks. I did when I was little, but in the last, since being little, it's kind of not something I've really wanted to do. Yeah, and then with everybody going on about them, I thought I would give them a try. Managed to, read some books that otherwise I wouldn't be reading, and it gives me extra reading time during the day. So on a day when I don't actually get to read on my lunch or my break because I'm with people that I want to talk to rather than just sit and read, or if there's a really interesting conversation, I don't feel so bad joining in because it's a case of I'm still getting in about an hour's reading time a day by listening to an audiobook. When I last updated, I'm pretty sure I just finished Raqqa. So since then, I have managed to finish Infinity War. I've managed to finish The Queen's Peninsula. That dragged so much. Oh my gosh. What else have I read? I have listened to this, including in July, because I don't think I mentioned it. I've listened to The Queen of the Tearling in July, The Invasion of the Tearling, Cell 7 and Day 7. And as of a couple of hours ago, I started listening to Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I have it up here, apart from it's been eaten by a dog. So I can actually listen to that. I have read Runebinder. It was really good once I got into it. I was reading it really bitty, and yeah, I was struggling with it, which I don't know why, because once I got into it, I just wanted to devour it. And my next read, because I haven't actually picked up a physical book since I finished Runebinder, is Mad by Chloe Esposito. That is because I have Bad as an arc from NetGalley, which I think it actually came out last month. I'm sorry this portion is quite big, just trying to update you all, and I'm gonna see if I can do, I don't know, a daily might be too much. I'm gonna do at least a weekly update for you until the end of the month. Yeah, I'm hoping to do more than that, but I'm only gonna have myself to weekly because I realise it's about a week and a half since I last updated you. Also, I've been really tired because they've been changing my shifts a lot of work, so I've actually had to do some really early shifts recently. I've had to do some 6-3s and some 7-4s, which I don't normally have to do. Normally the earliest is 8-5, and then switching to late shifts straight after, or switching from late shifts to early shifts, is messing my body clock up at the moment. I'm really struggling with going to sleep or getting up in the morning, which I struggle with anyway at the best of times, but I am really struggling with it at the moment. Yeah, so that's affecting me, and also I don't think my infection I had in the middle of July has actually fully gone. My voice keeps going at points. I'm really coughing at points as well because I'm struggling to breathe. So I really want to go back to the doctors, but at the same time that means probably taking a day off work or trying to finish work early, which just doesn't happen. So I want to find out what my schedule is for work for the next few weeks. See if I can get a doctor's appointment, because my doctors are really difficult to get an appointment for. And with my chest infection and everything happening, I've been really far behind on YouTube videos. So I realise I'm basically bombarding you with videos in August, but it's because when I'm able, I actually feel up to it. I just have to try and get everything that's backlogged out. So I apologise if there's multiple videos a day. I realise you're probably watching this end of August, September time. I don't know how else to say this. But yeah, I apologise about that. I'm doing the same with Instagram as well. It's just when I have inspiration, you know, or a free day like today, I've gone into the movies, I've vacuumed, I've tidied my books away, which is why my bookcase looks as full as it is, because I've actually put everything away. Yeah, my next plan after I've stopped speaking to you guys is to edit videos / to take photos for Instagram, because I actually feel like it today, although I might do more tomorrow because I'm on an early shift tomorrow, so I get the afternoon to do what I want. Which is nice about the early shift, it's just the waking up at 5 a.m, if not earlier, that I just cannot do because I'm not a morning person. I have rambled far too much and this is definitely going to take up most of the vlog, so I apologise. And yeah, hey, it is Tuesday morning. I say morning, it's almost lunchtime, so I'm slowly getting ready to go to work because I'm on late shift as it is a Tuesday. Yay! I am still reading Mad by Chloe Esposito. I haven't really picked it up, although I did read a huge chunk in the bath on Sunday. It is really good, but it's really weird at the same time, and she has such like psychopathic, sociopathic tendencies. She's constantly going on about burning stuff and about killing people, and it's just got to the point where she has accidentally killed her sister and she's now having to live her sister's life, which I really want to see where that goes, because this is kind of the premise of the whole trilogy. So yeah, it is good so far, and still listening to Peter Pan. I get what people mean about like the racism and stuff, but at the same time, like, that is the Victorian era, so I don't have that much of a problem with it. Like, I have a problem with it nowadays, but I don't see that you need to change a book because it's interesting to see what thoughts were like in that time. I don't agree with, you know, I've heard recently that the Famous Five and Secret Seven, like, names have been changed and, you know, they've edited it. I'm like, that isn't Enid Blyton, that isn't the time. You know, you have to experience the time, like, you need to read a book as it's originally intended. But yeah, anyway, enough rambling from me. I am gonna go get ready for work. Hey, so I haven't talked to you again in ages. It is officially not August anymore, it is the end of September 1st, but I thought I would kind of wrap up my August vlog, although this is going to be super short. So yeah, and then I'm going to film a little intro bit for the September vlog before I go film my September TBR video and take some photos for Instagram, because I am really sorry, but I majorly slacked this last month. Everything kind of got on top of me. I've been slumping with reading as well, which I think is why I've not updated too much. I honestly cannot remember when I last updated you. I know it was when I was off for a day, but I can't remember what I was reading. So yeah, annoyingly I am still on Mad. So I want to go film this video, take some photos for today and tomorrow, and then read Mad by Chloe Esposito and actually finish it. I think I have about 100 pages left, so my plan is to finish that before going to sleep tonight. And then tomorrow I can start on my September books, which is going to be so much fun. I'm doing a whole load of rereads because I've been slumping, so I want to read something I know I enjoy. And yeah, I will talk about that more. I either watch my September TBR or it'll be in the beginning of my September vlog. Either way, I will be talking about what I'll be reading. But yeah, audiobooks have been going really well. I think I might have been on Peter Pan when I last spoke to you. I finally finished that. It was weird, but it was good. It was interesting to see where it all came from. Does that make sense? Like, listening to the original. There were definitely bits that, like, I could tell weren't in the Disney film. The only other one I've really watched Peter Pan film is Hook. So obviously different to that. But yeah, I honestly don't know what to say. Oh yeah, so listen to Peter Pan, listen to Eat, Pray, Love, which is long. Oh my gosh, it's like 12 hours, maybe 13 hours to listen to. But it was really good to listen to. I haven't watched the movie since just after it came out. It was really interesting, and listening to it / reading it, actually getting to, you know, hear her speaking. It's narrated by Elizabeth as well, so the author narrates the book, or like reads the book, which is awesome. Like, to actually hear her talking about her experience is so cool. And there were points when I was like, you know, because the film is so long ago, there were points I was like, oh, I think I kind of remember that, and then other bits like totally couldn't remember anything. And yeah, I just loved the life lessons, if that makes sense. I think she's meant to be at least, I want to say about 35 in it, so that's another 8 years away from me. But, you know, some of those life lessons I've kind of already learned. You know, obviously people learn stuff at different times, but to hear about it and kind of go, oh, actually, yeah, I get that, or that kind of makes sense now. Yeah, I definitely want to get into spiritual and mental well-being. Yeah, although I never have time for anything, so I don't know how I would have time for that. But then you make time, don't you? And that's the whole thing, is making that time, even if it's just 5 minutes, to just, you know, relax, listen to your body, what's it telling you. Yeah, I need to get into something like that, just because I feel so exhausted mentally, physically, I would say spiritually as well. Like, you know, yeah. And I'm going on to night shifts soon, so I need all the energy I can get. Although September might be a bad month for starting this. Maybe I'll start in October once I have my night shifts. But yeah, so I listened to that, and I have, I think it's about 2.5 hours left of Final 7, which is the final book in the Cell 7 trilogy. Oh my gosh, I love this trilogy so much. Such a good dystopian, it's classed as dystopian. So good, you know, having the justice system as if you murder someone you end up going on death row, which is literally 7 days, and having the public vote on whether you're guilty or not, depends if you die or not. Yeah, I keep screaming in the car, I keep shouting at the audiobook, so I'm quite glad I'm not reading it, because I would be literally screaming at a book, whereas in the car it's a little bit okay, because I'm by myself and people don't know that I'm screaming at an audiobook. But yeah, it's just some of the attitudes. The author's done it so well, but I kind of want to say to her, like, how did you come up with that attitude? Like, were you able to write that and not scream yourself at it? And I know people don't want to get political, but I know people are like that. The book is very classist, which I don't feel like we are anymore. It's more racism and stuff, and seeing that come across in the last couple of years is really worrying, and seeing it as written as classist and then the same views in a way taken for it is really scary, because then you see how much is in our modern lives. Yeah, I would highly recommend it, because it's not particularly fantasy. Like, it could be set right now, you know, the whole government surveillance on you, knowing exactly where you are, what you're doing every day, like every second of every minute of every day. Like, that kind of goes on anyway, and you know, they can track your phone, and we hope that they don't track our phone all the time, but the fact that that is happening in the book. It's just scary that I could see it happening now. Like, I told a couple of people who work when I was listening to Cell 7, the first one, about it, and they were like, yeah, I could see that happening now. You know, how prevalent game shows are in our lives, you know, voting on people's lives, whether they stay in the house or out of the house. That kind of thing. In the Jungle, Out the Jungle, seeing as that's starting soon, you know, or X Factor and stuff, like voting on how they're gonna live their life, basically. And I don't really agree with reality TV anyway. I don't get it. I know some people love it. I just don't get it. Don't do it. And yeah, it's just scary knowing that if the justice system was still death penalty, that might be something. And as I say, I've still got 2.5 hours left. I'm hoping it turns out the way that I want it to. Things have just kind of come to a climax at the moment, and I'm waiting to see how it pans out. And oh my gosh, yeah, I've got to probably like the most tense part and I had to stop. I am now rambling, so hope you had a good August and have a fabulous September.